defenseman picks it up, passes it up to a forward.
With like 7 seconds to go.
Coast to coast. What?
It's actually, yeah, Mike Richard, please don't touch him, he's pretty. Let go of him, he's old. Like, what is he gonna do? What are you doing? He's a baby. He would do nothing wrong.
Guy loves chicken too.
Chewbacca?
I said $1 million and the rights to Newfoundland.
She answered the question. Agree. I was right.
Honolulu.
You guys are so loud for people who are agreeing with each other.
Yes.
So I'm just generally kind of bummed, Alex. Song better.
I like New Song better too.
New song is so good, and it is available on all streaming platforms wherever you get your music.
Assuming it's Spotify and Apple Music and that's it.
No, it's on I think it's on Bandcamp and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know.
People
My guitarist does
what?
that.
I'm surprised you guys don't have like a YouTube channel.
We should probably think about that.
Yeah.
I think it's on YouTube Music actually too.
SoundCloud? Oh.
I don't know if it's on SoundCloud.
Why'd you say
No one
yes?
uses SoundCloud.
I know, because SoundCloud's funny.
Anyway, we're back.
We're back.
We filmed an episode on Tuesday,
No, we didn't.
which then did not get recorded, so now we're here. Just for the record, I did bring in donuts because I owed them. So I'm now off the donuts hook, even though it was largely forgotten about.
I ate a donut.
No. Like me needing to bring them in.
I didn't remember.
Me needing to bring them in
Donuts weren't
was the part that was forgotten about.
Oh.
No, I know.
The donuts weren't forgotten.
The need to bring in donuts was what was forgotten.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, don't worry.
What a start. Welcome to Coast
Oh
to
my
Coast.
God.
gonna make
All
that my
right, so on the show today, we're going to talk about the Flames, Oilers, Jets, Avalanche. We're going to go to our dub corner, and then we have Fantasy Jail, and that should be the whole show. Let's start with the Flames, and I'm going to start with a trivia question.
Did you say the Flams?
Did I say Flams?
Yeah, you said Flam.
Whatever. Flames.
Lambs are the same thing.
I mean, I'm more
Flams are very different.
I'm more concerned with the L than I am with anything else.
Yeah, that's true. As we should be, because holy cow,
They've
are
lost.
we garbage
They've
now.
lost the last 4. They've allowed 19 goals in the past 4 games, and they've only scored 6.
We're so bad now. Cancel the parade.
But
I don't think you get to complain about your team being bad.
let me start with a piece of trivia here.
Okay.
I'm going to turn my laptop away from you people.
Oh, you people.
Okay. So,
After trivia, I gotta fix my mic again.
Michael Backlund made his Flames and NHL debut
Crazy.
on, I believe this was January 8th, 2009.
Yeah.
Name some people on the Flames team at the time.
Jonas
Well,
Miller.
you don't count.
Okay, I
This
got
is
one.
abuse.
I got one.
Okay.
Every time I come
Kiprusoff.
here, I am disrespected.
Kiprusoff did start in the game.
Michael Camilleri.
Camilleri was there.
That
Dion
is a
Phaneuf.
throwback.
Double Dion was part of the team as well.
Beg your pardon?
Jerome McGinley.
Joe McGinley was part of the team
there
as well.
was my one.
Giordano. I just saw this graphic on Twitter. like,
Giordano's
a couple
on there.
Oh,
I saw
you
this
really
graphic on
don't?
Twitter
It
yesterday.
really doesn't count.
Hey, I'll just stop talking then.
Thank God.
Okay, do you remember, did you see what number he wore in his debut?
Flurry?
What?
Yeah, Flurry.
Bro.
Was Theo Fleury on the team, though?
What?
Dude.
Sorry,
Okay, where'd that even come from?
My
Get
bad. I'm not even sure.
Penguin.
That's more Minnesota.
That's just his thought.
Oh my God,
bad.
no. Okay, yeah. I didn't think I have to specify. I'm sorry. Did you guys see what number Michael Backlund wore in his Flames debut?
Dude, I'm having
No, I
issues
don't
with my
know.
mic right now, man. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm somewhere between 0 and 100.
Nailed it.
Well, there.
Wait, you can't even wear 100 or 0.
Exactly.
Wait,
So
one
somewhere
and 99.
between those two.
Why?
22 is your guess?
What number is he now?
He's 11 now.
11 now.
I'm gonna say 49. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it.
26.
Is it a crazy number? Like, I don't know.
No,
Is there lore around it?
No.
98.
60.
I don't think you wore 98.
No.
Why?
No, he wore 60.
What do you mean?
Like 60.
60.
How many people have worn 60 in their careers? I feel like that's not a number people will
Joseph
chick
Wolf.
for.
If you give me 30 seconds, I can find
That's a
out.
crazy pull right away.
But other Flames include Eric Nystrom, David Moss. This team sucked. Curtis McElhinney, Adam Party, Adrian Aucoin.
Hey, you wanna know who?
Flames legends Renee Bork, Matthew Lombardi, and Curtis Glencross.
Oh, Glenn Cross.
Remember Curtis Glencross?
He does a lot of work with the Heroes.
Yeah, he's also at every Flames alumni thing ever.
He,
like him and Tim Hunter are just mainstays.
That's just can't even get over the retirement. It's just his
I
whole
you said the Flames were
personality.
horrible.
I'm ready to get depressed now. They lose 5-1 in Utah.
Oh my God,
They did start
Again, I
Wolf.
don't think you
Like
can say
if
that.
you listen to CMU.ca during the show on Tuesday, you would have heard us say that they should have started Wolf. And boy howdy,
Should they?
you
have
really
not have?
cannot tell the difference between Wolf and Vladar right now.
No, I think we're
would've thought?
screwed. We're toasted. It's over.
Which okay,
Phil's
So-
a polar opposite fan.
I don't mind that.
Yeah,
I don't
This is
mind.
what
I
you
don't mind that
wanted.
we're garbage.
This is what you wanted.
This is precisely what
you
I
asked
wanted.
for.
This is
wanted
precisely
this.
what I wanted.
Sell the team.
I want Calgary to actually rebuild, considering that's what they've more or less said that they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's great that they've strung together some wins. It's always good to see your team win a game, but it's not good for them long term.
4 losses straight now.
Yeah.
4 losses straight, 19 goals against, 6 goals for across that span.
That's sober.
Only
821
4
last
games?
night for Dustin Wolf.
Only 4 games.
Poor guy.
They've allowed Carolina was 4, and then every other game after was 5.
Yeah.
Ouch.
We suck.
Sell the team.
Sergey had 3 points.
We're gonna get relegated to the ECHL.
The relegated.
The Idaho Steelheads are coming up.
The next
Chloe Pomelo, you are a San Jose Shark.
The next game is
Calgary
tomorrow.
Flame.
Next game is tomorrow in town against New Jersey.
Oh, no.
Markstrom makes his return.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, for 5 minutes
For
until
Markstrom.
until the
Yeah,
Devils go.
it'll be good for maybe the video package, and then
Maybe
as soon as the puck drops, it's gonna be incredibly sad.
Maybe Markstrom will make a tribute to his time as a Flame by letting in the first shot.
But New Jersey has the firepower to make up for it.
Yeah.
But it'd
Like
be
they'll still win 4-1. It's just
Yeah,
the
but the
Flames
first
have
one's
a
gonna go
1-0
in with
lead.
the first shot.
The Flames have a 1-0 lead
for like
15
37
seconds in.
yeah. No, that'll be a good game.
In other Flames news, Coronado is
Back.
sent up.
Guess
Thank
who's
you.
back?
After being kind of ping-ponged back and forth, he was sent down on the 25th. He's been called back up.
Good.
Honzik was sent down, as was Adam Klapka, which made me incredibly sad. Not because he's worth being on the Flames lineup every game. I just love him.
Clapper.
He's like 7'14", and I love him so much.
7'14".
That's a height.
That is,
He's a big one.
No, it's not. That's actually just 8'2".
Which is a height.
That was sarcasm.
I mean, 7'14" is a height. It's just wrong.
Just the wrong way to say it. Correct.
6'6", or almost 6'7".
He's almost as tall as me.
You overshot by like 1.5 feet.
On
He's
skates.
still a tall guy.
On skates, he's still wicked tall.
He's almost as tall as me. Just saying.
True.
I'm sorry?
what?
In
You ever heard of
which
sarcasm? Any of you?
Yeah, not recently
I'm
though.
5'9", so for perspective, I'll be honest here.
I should have sent you that Instagram reel earlier.
I thought you were gonna ask me to stand up.
No, because then that would just be embarrassing for you. Not
so
much.
sitting down.
Not much to really touch on the Flames' losses aside from I'm kind of happy that they're going through this. Michael Backlund said that they're in a pit of doom, I think,
It's a very
after
interesting
this
way to
past
put it.
loss, which,
It's so wild how
as you should be.
different things are from like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, tell me about it.
But also, it'll be more different in 2 weeks. Like, I don't know.
I don't think it will.
You
I don't know. I don't,
No,
think, I don't
it's-
think we're ever going to win again.
first pick.
Oh my goodness, your schedule is brutal for the next month.
Yeah, we're
The
screwed.
Devils, the
Thanks.
Oilers,
Devils,
the Bruins,
Oilers, Bruins.
Vancouver, Predators, Islanders, Rangers. Wild. Not in that order, but
We're going to go like 2-8 through the month of November.
Which is okay.
That's
Again,
fine.
that's awkward.
are you kidding me?
That's
Don't.
That's why.
we were here like
Hockey
40 minutes
card.
That's
early.
why.
That's
why-
insane.
We were all here like half an hour, 40 minutes
That
early,
is
and you
crazy.
didn't think to turn off your volume.
Well, it was off at one point. I did turn it back on when I was doing my Google Translate.
I'm
You're
very-
just
very-
the
No,
worst.
just-
I'm very
Just
happy that
surprised.
happened to him because my volume was all the way up. So I think that's one for Braeden.
Do we want to
Whatever
go?
helps you sleep.
Do we want to go north?
Let's go north.
There's not much to talk about in Flames land.
We suck.
Depressing.
You mean
We suck.
Are we going to talk about
Which is
Braden's
fine.
his favorite player's team?
We're not gonna start with his favorite player. We're gonna start with his favorite player's captain.
He went
R.I.P.
down for an injury in the Columbus Blue Jackets game, and he's been kind of estimated to be out 2 to 3 weeks.
If you listen to the CMU.ca show, which didn't get recorded, it
wasn't live either.
What?
It wasn't live either.
Oh, cool. Then never mind. If you were in the room with us, which you weren't,
Unless you're hiding in the
you would have heard me say that I didn't expect a super long injury for McDavid just because he finished the shift. And 2 or 3 weeks, I would say, isn't too long.
You just gotta dig in a little more.
No, I mean, I think for the time being, he shouldn't dig in at all because he's probably gonna hurt his legs more.
put the
I would think.
It's already been reported he was on the ice today.
Well, because the man simply doesn't quit.
True.
No, he just digs in
Oh my God.
all the time.
Except unless it's game
Weird
6 or
ass
7.
report at this point.
Yep.
So
think this
2 or
will-
3 weeks puts him right about at, let's see, so that would be 1, 2, 3, more or less when the team is in Ottawa or coming back home to face Minnesota.
That
so
back-to-back, they might wait until the Minnesota game.
So that means they have to get through the Preds, Flames, Devils, Vegas, Vancouver, Islanders, Preds again, Leafs, Habs, Senators.
Stanley Cup finalists getting demolished by the Columbus Blue Jackets is insane. Sean Monahan putting down. I told you.
You did.
You
You
guys.
said Sean Monahan is in for the season
Sean
of his
Monahan's
career.
gonna have a career season because that dead best friend energy goes hard.
So they're playing to what I think you mentioned in pre-show planning. Who needs to step up here?
I think, honestly,
Everyone.
Draisaitl. I think Draisaitl, this is a big test for him to kind of show that he deserves to be paid that $14 million. And then right after him is Zach Hyman, Braden's favorite player right now. Obviously.
We can stop with that anytime.
No, it's okay. 1 point in 10 games is abysmal for having 50 goals last year. Not having your captain now, a lot of people are going to need to step up. And I think it does start with those two players. I think it does start with Hyman. I think it does start with Draisaitl. Skinner needs to step up his play. He's not been very strong recently.
McDavid got injured right away. Hey,
He played 20 seconds.
Yeah. Finished his shift.
this is 37.
It was 20 seconds before he got injured, my bad.
Yeah,
He got injured 20 seconds
He
in.
got injured quite quick.
But the Oilers are in a
Wild.
bit of a pickle, and right now it's a lot of you hope and what ifs for these kind of players. And kind of what do you guys think they're going to be in these kind of weeks without McDavid?
Bad. Also,
I think they'll be fine.
they're not going to be
I think they'll
better.
Be fine.
They're
No.
already really bad.
They got Corey Perry.
but
They
like-
got nothing to worry about.
If you take out every team's first line center, they're not going to be good.
Yeah.
So,
Well, but they weren't good beforehand. anyway.
like, they're
The Sharks kinda did
but it's not to the point where they're in a tailspin.
Whoa.
Yeah, not in a tailspin. You were saying?
The hell was that?
You were saying? More, please continue.
Is it that? Is it
Yeah, they're not in tailspin at all. I wouldn't worry too much if I'm Edmonton.
It's a long season.
It is, yeah. Again, like it'd be different if he was out until February, but he's not. He's only out until probably mid to late November area.
I think late November at the latest.
Yeah, like when I counted it, it was 3 weeks, which was on the far end of the current timetable. So they only have to deal with Nugent Hopkins being their top 2 center for 2 or 3 weeks, which
That's
if he has the season that he's kind of grown into, especially last season, he was better than historically.
I think he had 67 last year.
He's got 1 goal in 10 games played. Nuge.
He's got 4 points.
That's not very good.
I mean,
That's still 3 more points than Hyman.
Edmonton
I was about to say
themselves
Zach
haven't been
Hyman
good.
also hasn't been.
I think Zach Hyman's been
They're just
the
bad in
worst
general.
Oilers player.
Again, like I'm not like this.
From, like,
this
draft-wise.
isn't the iceberg to the Titanic. Like
True.
No.
they will be
They already
fine.
hit that like 2 weeks ago.
They'll get through the 2 or 3 weeks just fine.
Watch in 2 weeks, everything in Edmonton just is like on fire. It's
What
just
happens?
It is like their season is in jeopardy.
What happens if Edmonton goes undefeated before Connor McDavid comes back?
That's what I was thinking.
Then
I
he
was
goes
thinking that
undefeated.
too.
Then they
You
go
just let
undefeated
them
And they
Yeah,
leave,
it
they
just
leave
Connor
him for a
McDavid
bit.
If the Edmonton Oilers
Yeah,
ever healthy
like,
scratch
Healthy
Connor
scratch
McDavid,
No,
McDavid.
they're
When
not.
they-
That's
No.
not. That's never going to happen. Period.
If
Ever.
they go undefeated and they get Connor McDavid back, we just went undefeated without our captain. Now
Now
we
we
put the
have-
captain
they're
back
gonna
in, and we.
And then they lose
Lions
everything,
back.
yeah.
And they go on a 16-game losing streak.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
And then they make Zach Hyman captain.
I know we didn't plan.
Yeah.
I know we didn't plan for it to be this way, but I'm going to swap topics on us.
Whoa!
A team I'm far
What
more
happened
concerned
to the
about.
system?
A team I'm far more concerned about is Colorado,
What's going on?
Yeah,
because they had a defenseman play forward for them last night.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Flames
that.
legend Oliver Shillington played third line left wing.
That's
played
insane.
third line,
Because they-
they fourth. Oh my gosh.
That's so
Because of
fun.
injuries,
Did he
though?
do good?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also want to
Because
point
they're
out
missing. Let me pull up
They've
the
got
thing.
a
They're,
lot
they're
of
missing
injuries.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their top 9.
Did he do good?
Oh my
No.
god.
No, they got pumped.
Oh.
Hey,
They
Ivan
have
has, I
McKinnon.
think, 2 goals on the year.
Middlestad.
Shillington's only
played
That's
3 games.
it. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Yeah,
one of
they're
them's
missing.
forward.
They're missing Jonathan Drouin, top line left wing. They're missing Arturi Lehkonen, second line left wing. Valery Nichushkin, second line right wing.
They haven't had Nutrition or Lehkonen since the beginning of the season.
Same with Landeskog as well. They have him on the third line. Ross Colton, third line center, and Miles Wood, third line right wing.
Miles
And-
Wood was on
Miles.
fire.
And that-
was it him or Ross Colton?
In that third line left wing spot, they plugged Oliver Shillington, who is a defenseman.
Did he play on a line with Ivan?
That's weird.
No.
I love
Ivan played second line.
That guy's a beauty.
That's also
Ivan
weird
my
though,
line.
because
he
Marek
hurt
asked
right
that
now
question
too, or
about like
no?
who's played
Ivan?
defense
Yeah.
and forward.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
We just did that
You
question,
manifested
didn't we?
that.
And
Yeah,
now-
I was going to mention like defense. Like he mentioned on the
Yeah.
Tuesday show.
Nobody's going to know that.
Right wings who played defense. So I'm like,
Yeah.
this defense played left wing.
Okay, it's not Miles Wood. That's the really good player. It's Ross Colton.
How do you confuse the two?
They're both cute.
Yeah, see?
I didn't think about it like that. You're
And I
right.
also think they're very close. I feel like they.
They look
In
very
what
similar.
way?
Like as friends.
What? They mesh. They're like
They're
gears.
In what way?
Do they just like this?
The Daily Hive kind of messed up and said Shillington played left wing on a line with Parker Kelly and Nikolai Kovalenko.
Yeah.
Where the Flames lost 5-2. That's not who they play for.
The Flames did lose though.
They didn't.
Yeah, but they lost 5-1.
Not because of the Shillington, Kelly, and Kovalenko line.
They made the Flames look a little bit better.
Good job, journalism.
Good job, journalism.
Daily Hive, good job. Good job. Get your. That's not that
my God.
hard of a thing to get right.
Injury bug is
Parker
going
Kelly's
around
from
in the
Kalamazoo,
league.
Alberta though.
You know what else is going around the league? The terrible goaltending. That has seemed to be.
That's been
goalies
evident
in
all
general.
year.
The goaltending this season has been weird. You either are like incredible or garbage. I've not found an in between.
Who's incredible? Should we name?
Shesterkin, Hellebuck, Stolars, I would say. Onger.
No, but yeah,
Wolf was
I was
incredible
thinking
for
that
a
too.
little bit.
It's like majority of teams are struggling in goaltending.
And then,
I
like-
think they always are,
And then-
especially at the beginning
yeah.
of the season.
And then you look at like not Nashville, Colorado. All 3 of their goalies suck. Pittsburgh, 2 of their goalies suck. Montreal, their goalie was super good. Now he's not very good.
Calgary.
Calgary,
They're both kind of falling off.
Can we finish Colorado
Yeah, let's
real quick?
finish off in
Georgiev is
Colorado.
49th in goalies right now.
So I'm looking at ESPN's
Oh, wow.
team injuries page. So Arturi Lehkonen is expected to make his season debut against the Kraken on Tuesday.
he's back.
Miles Wood from yesterday is supposed to miss 7 to 10 days. Ross Colton's expected to make 6 to 8 weeks with a broken foot.
Ouch.
Jonathan Drouin won't play Sunday against Ottawa. He's considered day-to-day, so I imagine that's probably just a cautious thing. Valery Nichushkin, we all know what's going on with him.
He's eligible to return after November 13th. I have Lehkonen and Nichushkin on my fantasy.
And then Tucker Pullman is on IR as well.
You know,
Yeesh.
if the Colorado Avalanche make it to the playoffs with the bad goaltending and the injuries, I think Bednar deserves the awards. All of them.
And then, of course, the
Every single award.
Landeskog.
We're rooting for you, Landeskog. I want you to return so bad. I think it's going to be so cool.
It's just kind of at some point this season, according to him.
Gay.
I think so. I think he will.
Man, he hasn't played a game since they won the Cup, which I find
Hey, you go all out to win a cup, you win
bonkers.
the
It's
cup.
so brutal.
Well, no, it's just like since then.
He's
Yeah.
obviously
Like
just
now
not wanted
times
to,
from then to now.
He didn't want to
Yeah.
play without Eric Johnson, so he's just.
I heard they kissed.
They do kiss.
They do get regularly,
not
actually.
did. Do they kiss currently
They continue to kiss. Past, present, and
and future.
Settle down.
Sticking in the Central.
You're doing what at the Central? Sorry. My
Why?
apologies.
That's a common phrase!
Yeah, my bad. Fair enough. Anyways,
Okay, so I have an idea. I have an idea I'm going to bring up right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
What if we start doing 2-minute minors?
Hey,
And you have to be quiet.
Go to the corner.
that's a
2-minute
terrible
minor.
idea. That's a terrible
Out.
idea.
And you
we
have
need
to
to
be
get another
quiet for
camera
2
to-
minutes.
Because you would have had one too there, pal. You
That's
had the
why
fact
he
that.
Wow! I'm sorry, what? What was that?
I got one.
Was that one?
I got one.
5 for fighting.
No, I said the F word.
No, yeah, no, but
You're
but like,
Then
but-
you'd be going with
no,
me.
but that
my 2 minutes is over.
that you doing what's the division? That's I'm sorry. That's it.
Fair.
That was
Stuff
terrible.
like that. That's a 2-minute minor. We're gonna discuss that after the show because I'm gonna stick with it. But we're gonna stick in the division with the Winnipeg Jets. And do you think Kyle Connor's gonna be your hard favorite?
Dude, he has 17 points in 10 games. He is like every game he's gotten a point. He's been insane.
Winnipeg Jets.
He has been outstanding for them, and it's just been one of the many reasons why this team is a wagon.
I would argue
Is a wagon.
if Nathan McKinnon keeps his team together the way it is currently and gets them through all this injury trouble, he's also being Nathan McKinnon. I feel like he would also get a mention because
Yeah, but if it's popularity, it's not gonna go to Kyle Connor, unfortunately.
yeah, but the Art Ross and the Hart are two different trophies.
McKinnon is holding everything together. That's kind of what Nova Scotians
Whoa,
do.
whoa, whoa! What about we're not gonna completely ignore Cale Makar, who's like
Cale Makar's leading in points right now. Tied with
Tied
Mark
for
Stone
first,
leading
yeah.
in points.
yeah, like it's not all McKinnon in Colorado. Just want that. to
No,
be very
I'm
clear.
not saying.
Just
But I'm
mostly.
saying when I think about the leadership in Colorado, my first thought is Nathan McKinnon.
Fair. I'm just like.
Well, he's
but
the
when,
captain.
It's a bit
No, he's
different
not.
when those two are holding.
Oh,
the-
yeah, right, Gabe
Those
is.
two are holding
He's
the team down.
basically
Where
the captain.
Kyle Connor is leading the team in basically every offensive stat, and is what are they now? 9-1-0, 8-1-0.
9-1-0.
Yeah, like their only loss coming to
I don't know. That loss is a pretty big loss.
the Leafs.
Guess who's got the second most points as a defenseman?
Neil Pionk.
Mackenzie Weir.
You don't.
Well, there's
The whole
three of
point
them.
of guessing isn't looking. At, okay.
Oh wow! I did not know Josh Morrissey has.
You have a computer too.
guessing
I
is
have
not
both these in
looking.
my- I have all. I have the top 3 fantasy. I have the top 3 defensemen on my
Pionk.
fantasy.
I just like saying Pionk's name.
Yeah, Neil Pionk's tied for second in points, and Josh Morrissey, who's also on the Jets,
Do you think-
has 11 points.
Can you imagine being a
JETS,
commentator and Neil Pionk hits it off the post? And it-
What would be your line, Phil? What would you say?
I don't think I can say it without laughing.
Neil Pionk comes in.
Pionk's off the post. The Pionk echoes across the building. You can hear that Pionk in the press level.
Hey, Mike Matheson has 9 points as well.
We're having a good time.
Yes.
Always.
Well, that was good.
Hang on, I gotta look at the Jets stats now because I'm curious.
Ivan is tied for 5th in rookies.
I don't know when this was, if it was last season, I have a feeling it was the season before, but there was a dirty game between the Leafs and the Jets, and it's famous because Logan Stanley gets this goal and is celebrating.
Oh my god!
But they haven't. Winnipeg hasn't beat Toronto since they
Oh,
posted
yeah,
about that.
Yeah, and didn't Scheifele say something in the locker room? Where he's like.
About the Leafs, yeah,
about
beating the
Like
Leafs.
that was from 2021. They haven't won.
Yeah, they haven't beat
not
the
beaten
Leafs since that happened.
Yeah, so that was, I think that clip you're talking about was Mark Scheifele's handing out the helmet
To Logan
and
Stanley.
to Logan
Yeah.
Stanley. And then Scheifele says, it's anything better than being the Leafs. And he gets a half-hearted no from maybe 3 people in the locker room.
And they haven't won since.
Was that the Jason Spezza knee or
No, Spezza
hit game?
was way retired. I think Spezza might have been on the Leafs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is was that the game where Spezza
No,
hit?
not as a player, is what I'm saying. I think he was a part of the
Oh, he
personnel
was-
with Dubas.
Yeah, probably.
Jets suspension.
Yeah, because I think he was in. Maybe not.
Suspended. That would have been 2021.
Yeah, so it was 3. That was almost 4 years.
Ironically,
ago.
hit
Wow.
Pionk.
Yeah, who?
Neil Pionk.
Pionk. You make a good sound.
Like Philip? What was that sound? But no, honestly, you look at the stats of the Jets. Even their rookie Cole Perfetti, 9 points, and then you look at Scheifele, 13 points, and then your defensemen are Your top two defensemen have 12 and 11 points between the two of them, and your top guy's 17. Like, I can't see anything wrong with the Jets right now. The big issue is this does seem to happen often, and they do sometimes fall off in the second half of the season. And obviously, going from last year's playoffs, Hellebuck did not do very good.
It was that game.
Hella suck. That's what we called them.
Worth mentioning.
Well, that was good. I don't know. They look good. Winnipeg's good. Good for Winnipeg. That city needs something.
They're a good
so
team.
Good for Canada.
Everything's
Well,
good.
that city's gonna
They're
have
not
the
gonna win
CFL
this time.
championship soon, so
Go Bombers.
we'll be all right.
It's true. That city needs whatever they can get, honestly. Winnipeg.
There's a lot that goes on in
There's a
Winnipeg.
lot of Winnipeg.
A lot of. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Did you say there's a lot of Winnipeg?
Are you ready for your dub corner?
Probably
A
not.
lot of Winnipeg.
Should I
can be.
it's not the dub corner.
should I fill time with the PWHL stuff
Yeah, let's
that
do
we touched on
P-Dub
Tuesday?
first.
Okay, so also something we touched on Tuesday, which did make it to YouTube, was that
right.
we noticed that, or we saw the press release from the PWHL saying that they're looking to expand by 2 more teams. The article that I looked up mentioned Washington, D.C., Philly, Pittsburgh, Detroit. I think Chicago's on that list. And Calgary is mentioned in the article on Sportsnet that was written by the Associated Press.
I think it was
I
still
haven't
more
seen anything like
I
Yeah.
think we noticed on Tuesday
Like-
that it was more Eastern teams, and I do think that I don't think that Pittsburgh or Philadelphia will get their own team.
You think it'll be just
I
Pennsylvania
think
the
it will
state?
be Pennsylvania. I do think that, and then maybe when no, excuse that. Maybe when kind of the PWHL gets a bit bigger, I do think that maybe it has the potential to split off into a Pittsburgh, Philadelphia kind of scene, but I think they'll go kind of just general instead of split.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be a while until Calgary gets a.
I'm going to guess 2030.
I'm going to guess it's going to probably
That's
be.
not-
It would have to be
That's
2
not that
Western
long
teams
to
added
play.
out.
It's
No,
only
it's
6
not.
years.
It would
Because
have
they're
to
not
be-
going to pull in like Philly or Pittsburgh and then Calgary, because then it's like you have one team.
Well, no,
way
because
west.
I think the step would be Chicago.
Was Florida mentioned?
No.
Nothing
No.
about
Why
no.
would Florida be mentioned?
Because suddenly
It's
they're
pretty
the
far
one of the
away.
biggest hockey markets in the world.
Yeah, but it's pretty far.
Tampa's won the
away.
cup. The Tampa Bay Lightning won the cup twice, and Florida won it last year.
Okay, so
Let's do, like,
I'm just saying,
Calgary
it
and then,
brings
like,
more viewers
Billings,
to the
Montana,
sport
or
of hockey.
something.
but Calgary's out of the question, but
Or
you're
Twin
saying
Falls or
Florida's not.
Boise.
No, not, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Where else you could put PWHL teams?
He's landing planes.
No, I'm not doing that during the show. I'm just saying, like, if you want to do the 2 Western teams, I think Calgary, once we do have that arena going, is a good place to be. I think once we have a new arena, we'll be able to host another league. Again, it's so tough to talk. We talked about it on Tuesday, but I think when you want to go to you're going to want another American team somewhere in the West that probably doesn't have a NHL
An
team.
NHL team.
So I was just kind of looking at cities.
So you think
I don't hate
excuse me.
Portland.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Portland,
Oregon?
I
I don't hate Portland
it.
either.
So do you think that it would benefit the PWHL more putting hockey in a place that doesn't have hockey?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
or capitalizing off a hockey market city or place?
Well, no, because you look at Calgary and there's a reason. Part of the reason why no one shows up to Wranglers and Hitman games is because everyone's going to. It's the market is split. Plus, you also have the AJ team. Plus, you have the Red Deer Rebels. Plus, you have so much going on.
I mean, do
arena.
the Canucks really pull that much?
They won the whole thing last year?
Okay, well, now I got to find
I
this out. AJ,
I mean, they play in the Max
Cal-
Bell, but like, I mean, if someone's committed to going to the AJHL games, they're not going to go to the Hitman games, right?
True.
Yeah.
What do you
My
think
thing
would be like the best spot for a PWHL team? Sorry.
No, I was
cut
just
you
gonna say about the Saddle Dome. I just hate that you pay $18 is very cheap for parking. Okay, from Vancouver, it's very cheap, but you pay it no matter what. I pay it to go watch junior hockey. I pay it to go watch AHL hockey. I pay it to go watch a Crowchild Classic. I'm like, oh, $18 still? Okay.
I feel like it's gonna
But
be.
that's it.
It's
But
gonna
yeah,
be-
it's probably
it's
going to
gonna
go up
be
because
more.
last year it was $15.
Well, once-
so.
You're gonna pay
Or when the
$18
new
for a
arena-
beer.
Yes, yeah.
In the
But
arena, you're gonna pay $18.
in Vancouver, it's $45, so I'm not
That is
complaining.
ridiculous.
I'm not
What?
complaining, yeah.
Who does that? Take transit. Transit's $3.
Yeah.
And the station's right there.
But back to Marek's question. Best place for PWHL, you think?
Yeah, because like if
Chicago.
if we're aiming without
Chicago has a
even
team,
with
no?
the hockey market in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I was going to say New York, but they already have a team. I'm thinking where the
'Cause
WNBA
I would
is
agree. I think
popular
I would
also,
agree. I
but-
think there's a lot of eyes going towards Chicago in the hockey just market generally.
I mean, you say
Not for good
you
reason.
question the market in Chicago. It's one team.
Yeah, but one
I
team.
mean, depending where the Chicago Wolves play.
Yeah, you also got to keep in mind that one team has that one player that a lot of people have their eyes on.
What about like a big city that doesn't
Atlanta?
have one? Like
Sorry,
Atlanta.
I'm just looking at teams.
I don't think you'd go southward.
Connecticut? Is that south?
I think when you think South, you think football.
Minneapolis.
Indiana?
They have Minnesota.
Oh, they play out at Minnesota. Plays out.
Bring them to Arizona. Bring the PWHL to Arizona.
Yeah, there you go, Phoenix.
I think
cities exist?
Chicago. I think Pennsylvania are the two.
What about Kansas?
What about Kansas?
You think Kansas would have the opportunity for a
Kansas,
hockey market?
Kansas would be good. Indianapolis. I think I was thinking of Indianapolis when I said Minneapolis because they end in the same way. Louisville. Those are all like pretty big sports cities that
Hamilton.
don't have hockey.
I don't think you'd go that far west for Kansas.
Vermont.
Really? It's
For
not
now,
that far.
for now, it's like if everything's in that northeast
Yeah.
area, you stay there until it's like we are ready to start going out a little bit more.
Until you do the NHL thing in 1967, where you go, okay, 6, 12.
I wonder if would there be a chance to expand further into Canada, so past Ontario
How about
into.
I think
Not yet.
I think
Chibougamau.
Calgary's your jump.
Chibougamau?
So you don't think they're gonna
When
go
they do the
towards,
12s,
like,
when they do
Scotia,
the-
PEI,
no.
stuff like that?
Exactly.
You know, it's like because there could be a market because that like hockey's huge.
You
in
have to
Nova
look
Scotia.
at
Halifax, I would argue, as a market.
You have to look at population standard-wise for the arenas as well. It's like in Halifax, the Scotiabank Center is the biggest place, and yet I think it could sell out every night easily. But then you're only like hitting 11, 12,000 maybe.
Fair.
Charlottetown's way smaller than that. Moncton has the newer arena, but still like size-wise, it's just not
Do
there.
you think if there was like the addition of a PWHL team, you think that maybe people in like Halifax would be like, maybe we make something a bit bigger?
There'd be nowhere to put it.
No.
Halifax, there's nowhere to put anything right now.
No, yeah, it's Halifax is fairly dense.
It has the potential, just not the placement,
Yeah.
I guess.
What about Charlottetown?
I don't know how the PWHL is looking at what kind of attendance figures they want, but you said 12. That's not horrible.
I can't
No.
like.
I would agree, but they also like keep in mind they did sell out. I think Ottawa sold out like the Ottawa Senators Arena. I can't remember what all the PWHL teams.
Didn't they sell with Max Bell too, and that's like 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sold out like they sold out
11,000.
NHL.
They were
They
here.
sold out like there was some serious like potential here.
They're 11,000 at Scotiabank Center.
Phil.
See, yeah, I think maybe the first two games, let's say you bring it to Calgary, the first two games, you'll get 11, 12,000 people. You won't after the first two games. Unless they're in a championship.
I think what they'll do is they'll do test games. So let's run with the idea that they're gonna do Chicago, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do a game in Calgary against Chicago, Minnesota.
Oh, because it's just close.
Just
Just there's like a neutral site game where they can see how popular it is and then go from there.
That would be the worst
Maybe.
idea.
Because they did that
Does that
with
give you, like-
Washington.
does that give you like the right demographics? Because like
What do you
I'm
mean?
not gonna go see a team that I'm not cheering for.
If we're conducting research on who's going to be at the games or not, we got to choose the right sample, right?
But I think
We all know
people.
that.
I would generally think. I think it's more a question of which cities would support women's hockey regardless.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's where they're coming from. Because, I mean, I think it would sell at least the lower bowl. of the dome.
I'm sorry, does Vancouver not have a
It depends on how good the
They
team
don't.
is.
What?
What? What?
We're talking about them expanding west, and Vancouver's more west than us.
Sorry, I genuinely thought Vancouver had. I think Vancouver would be a good spot if you were to go very west. I'm just saying.
But that's Calgary's going to come for Vancouver.
I also was under the impression that Vancouver actually had a team, so that is my mistake.
No.
But
Actually,
I also
you can
think
go farther
I
west
think
than
of where AHL teams have their own area, and I do think like where the Abbotsford Canucks play would be perfect for the PWHL kind of thing, at least in their first season there. But yeah, just think of like where the AHL team is almost a bit separate from their NHL teams and like where they play. I would probably think that PWHL would start there.
Like Atlanta.
I agree.
I do think that actually has a really big factor is that they're going to have to differentiate from PWHL and AHL. And like on Tuesday, I remember we mentioned if they do end up somehow coming to Calgary, what happens to the Wranglers, what happens to the Hitmen, and kind of what happens to all the
Wrangler would stay.
minor teams.
The Wrangler would
minor
stay. The
league
Hitmen wouldn't.
I think the Hitmen would end up in Okotoks or High River or something.
High River would kind
High
of
River
suck.
Hitmen. Yeah, High River Hitmen. Sounds kind of cool.
It has a ring to it, but that would kind of suck.
I think if they
Yeah,
had
it's
to
High
move
River. There's like 7 people there.
Well,
and I know 4 of them.
You wouldn't be able to, yeah, you wouldn't be able to sell out the ODR.
No. just send them to Diamond Valley at that point.
People, yeah.
that was actually a good conversation.
Yeah.
A lot deeper than Tuesday. I like that. Dub corner?
I like
Sorry,
how
Dub
this-
corner?
It feels weird to talk about these topics again because we did talk about them. They just- They don't know we talked about them.
This show's a lot better so far.
But I think also
Great success.
if we do like, say we wait till we get the new arena, we get the PWHL team with a new arena, and with how the city is developing and the population increase, I think we can fit another team in the new arena. So I think if we wait for the new arena, we won't have to lose the Hitmen. They would probably be the first to go, depending on what happens to ticket sales. I mean, you can't really get much worse than ticket sales are for the Hitmen right now.
How much bigger
But it's
is
been a bad team. So
How much bigger is the new arena going to be compared to the Saddle Dome?
I think seats-wise, it's very similar.
They also have 2 rinks to the new arena.
It's going to be 2 rinks.
That's going to be handy.
So put the Hitmen in the smaller seated rink.
Yeah. Like you don't have to. You don't have to lose the Hitmen.
That would be cool too.
Is that common in hockey arenas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, right. Edmonton's arena has it. I toured around that.
For like
Columbus.
Edmonton, Columbus, yeah.
for warm-ups and stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Because now,
Or for practices.
because now NHL they practice at Winsport and they have to come all the way from Winsport. That's kind of far
that
away.
makes sense. That makes sense.
But then that would also kind of be cool for the branding of the Hitmen, because if the Hitmen are in the smaller arena, then the other 3 teams are playing in the main arena. Then the Hitmen can have like the Hitmen logo in the center,
you can
Which would also sick.
You can
so
focus,
cool.
That
It would
arena
be
can
so
be
dope.
primarily just based on just Hitmen.
Yeah.
What logo would you do? Would you do just the mask, or would you do the full Hitman logo?
I love just the mask.
The full,
Yeah?
the full
Yeah, just that one?
Just this one, I think. First, although, because this one's like the Every Child Matters one, right?
It is.
I do like that one too.
But like
Is this the full Hitman logo?
That'd be the full Hitman logo.
That one's sick too.
That
I think I give it to. I agree. I think you keep it with the mask.
Especially, you could do something like I don't know what the rules are for that in the NHL, but do like an oversized one. Like there's one team in the and I'm forgetting about the Roughnecks too. They're also going to be there.
But
That's
it's so
another
easy to work around.
Yeah.
That's another different whole thing.
But that's like
Yeah, and
16
different
weeks,
season.
and it's Wednesdays or
Yeah.
like.
No, they only play Fridays or Saturdays.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but during
sure, but
times
that's-
where hockey's really not.
Yeah.
Unless
But-
Calgary go on a deep playoff run.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
So in like 30 years. But there's one team in the NLL, the lacrosse league, that has it's the Colorado
Mammoth.
and on their turf,
Yeah.
the
It
Mammoth
overs-
logo is like half the freaking arena.
Yeah, it expands past
insane.
the circle, which I think is
way
awesome.
past the
Yeah.
circle. So I was like, if you did the regular Hitman logo, especially with the 30-year one that they have right now,
Mm-hmm.
it would look really cool if you could do it oversized. I don't know if they can. Yeah, dude, it's massive.
Oh my god.
It takes up a third of the turf.
It takes up the entire center field.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
Also, goated
Roughnecks,
logo.
I wonder
logo.
what are
Goated
the,
sport.
what
Lacrosse
are the
games
rules?
so fun.
regarding that for the NHL.
I think NHL you have to stay with.
I
that.
think it's within the
They have
circle.
to be in the circle.
And
Because like teams like Philadelphia, they had 2 logos in the circle.
An ad.
You can do that.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, there's
No, but you
have to
been
be
some
in the circle.
creativity.
So,
There's been some there's been creativity in the fact that like Philly had 2 logos, and then like I know there's like.
but you wouldn't do both for Hitman.
No, I do think there's a few of them that like
The Hannah.
that like filled the circle, if that makes sense. Like
Yes.
the circle
Like the
is now-
Jets.
No,
No, but, like,
the
it's-
Canucks in Florida
yeah.
just fill. They have like the Canucks. It's not the whole logo you see, but it's filling the circle.
Yeah.
You don't see the last like little bit of its fin.
Because the Jets
But-
makes sense if it fills the logo, because the Jets is like it's
Yeah,
a circle.
perfect circle.
Not that a lot of people would know this, unless
Trivia?
when you play NHL 24 or 25 or whatever, and when you're playing Hut, your logo is the Calgary Hitman logo, like mine was.
Mine's just
Your home logo, when you have the Hitman logo in Hut, is the mask logo at center ice,
cool.
and it's frames that it basically fills the circle. So I think that's more favorable over than the full Hitman one, especially since the full Hitman one is a triangle, and that's
A bit awkward.
a bit weird in a circle.
Well, I mean, like
Shape.
the Penguins are a triangle, and they still make it work a little bit.
Yeah, but
And the big,
but the
like,
Penguin logo
it's a
expands
size thing.
outside
I
the
guess,
triangle a
yeah.
bit more than the Hitman one does.
Also, like just comparing like staying in the circle to like the lacrosse one, for example, it stays within the lines. That's why I think they're allowed to make it so big, because it still stays within the lines that separate each of the zones.
It's also
Also-
the mammoth. That's
Also,
the definition.
every I'm not sure about the Colorado Mammoth, but every Hitman game it's just a party.
Yeah.
So
Hitman games.
no, Roughnecks.
Roughnecks
What the
games. I
heck
was
am I
like, Hitman
talking
games
about?
is mostly children.
Almost.
They're partying.
I caught
That
it.
was a good catch. That was a good
They're
catch.
partying.
Actually, they are. The kids go hard at the Hitman games. They're screaming.
No,
Anything happens
love
and
it.
Well, there's music.
screaming.
I think-
Cotton candy.
I think music plays the entire game.
For Roughnecks games, yes.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Scotia Place? Was that released during the show, or was that like an off-season thing where we didn't really talk about it that much?
Mentioned it. I think we talked about
We
it.
talked. There was.
never seen that
I do
picture live.
remember. We talked about it.
Okay. Because I just wanted to double back, say the renderings are sick.
The
We
renderings
did
look
talk. We did
really
talk
cool.
about them.
How far away from
To
the
you, it's
south?
not gonna look like.
It's like a
right
block and a half north.
So
Yeah.
what's gonna happen to the south though?
Demolished.
demolish
Get
It
rid of
turned
it.
into
Rip the
Nothing.
saddle.
I don't know.
what?
I'm sad.
I mean, I would think you'd probably be parking.
You know how cool it'd be if they turned like, the
this a
south into like a
rendering?
museum?
Okay.
So this go.
Like you shorten, like you cut maybe
this is
half. I know
basically
it's like
where the south
very awkward,
will
but you cut
is.
in half, and then you like.
Do you know
kinda
how
make it
much
like
that
a-
would be to renovate?
I
I'll take
know,
all the
I
seats
know.
out and
I'm-
everything and make it look like a museum.
I know. I just think that would be kind of like a cool thing because it still pays homage to like all. Because you won your first you won your first and only Stanley Cup, like within that building, like under that building. I'm saying.
Yeah, you won
Why
your
is
first
he
Stanley
looking
Cup.
at
Can you
that?
please pay $100 million to take out all
I'm
that
just-
we need?
Just a suggestion.
Because I'm a moron.
Oh, okay.
I thought
it?
I could have. I don't know why. I thought they wanted the corral, not the dome.
I'm gonna miss the dome kind of.
Because there was every every Canadian city except for Vancouver won the Stanley Cup the year after they hosted the Olympics.
No, I'm
Which
just
is
saying.
only two
I'm just saying.
cities.
I'm just saying. I forgot
Weird that
that.
it happened
so
twice.
Close, though.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have two nickels, which isn't a lot.
But it's weird that it happened twice.
But almost 3.
Almost. And then
Who
you
was
guys
the third
burnt
one?
out. Speaking of, has
Vancouver.
anyone checked on New York? Is New York okay?
I think so. I
Is the
haven't
city
seen
still
anything.
standing?
What?
And they're going baseball.
Yeah, they're going
Oh,
World Series
okay.
now. Even though we're
Even
a
though
little
we're
below on time, we should probably hit the dub
Yeah.
corner.
Dub corner.
Hey, just like the Dodgers, let's hit the dub.
Sure.
The dub?
Yeah, that worked. That's the whoa.
That's a dub? Starts with a W?
We're running low on time.
Hitman corner.
Thank you, Alex.
Not really.
We've got, we did all right on the road trip out east. We lost 2 against Medicine Hat and Brandon. We lost again against Medicine Hat in a shootout yesterday.
I was there for part of it.
Yeah, he's giving me live updates.
I was.
For part of it.
That's what you were talking about. I was so confused.
Yeah, I was at the Hitman game because I work ticketing, and
Right.
Yeah.
I'm there only until the start of the second period.
Because honestly, it was like, I'm walking to the train and they scored. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Gavin McKenna with the first start of the game. Obviously, he's doing pretty good.
Future Penguin.
Ben Kindle extended his point streak, but unfortunately, the streak of being one of the stars of the game came to the end. There
Gee,
was
dang
like
it.
7 games in a row there that Ben Kindle, win or loss, was one of the stars. We like Ben. Ben's doing good. He's firing it up. like I said, I think so. He got rated B by the initial draft rankings, and I think he took that personally because now he's just kind of popping off. That's kind of all I really got. Another abysmal attendance showing from Calgary, 2,776 people. Anyone want to guess what the lowest one was?
On the season so far?
On the season so far?
1,200.
840.
No, we have not gone under 1,000.
Okay.
When we go under 1,000, they might actually move to Honolulu.
1,300.
Not quite that low. So 1769 in the overtime loss to Red Deer on Wednesday, October 16th. 17,069 people.
Wow.
Highest has been none of the home games have been the highest. Highest was an Edmonton game, almost 5,000 people against the Oil Kings, where the Oil Kings killed us 4-1. That's all I really got. There's not much going on. We play tomorrow in Lethbridge at the visitlethbridge.com arena. Pretty cool arena, actually. Pretty old school. I've only been there once. It was really cool. And that's all I really got.
Guys, provide some live updates before we head to the Q corner. It is currently 1-0 Ducks over the Penguins, 0-0 in the Maple Leafs and Krakens game, 0-0 in the Canadiens and Capitals game, 3-1 Hurricanes and beating the Bruins, and 1-0 Flyers over the Blues. I'm very depressed. Lucas Dahl still is insane.
Corner.
All right, so last game, Cape Breton did win 6-5 over Royan Noranda. Noranda.
Every time.
6-5.
Every time.
Every time.
6-5 win after no goals were scored in the first. Then there was 5 in the second and 5 in the third.
Oh my
and
God.
One
Oh my
overtime
God.
winner in the fourth. There was a total of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 penalties. All minors.
Underratedly, major junior games.
It is the CHL.
And
Underratedly, shut up. Underratedly, all major junior games are like rough.
They get chippy.
They
man.
get chippy
it's
like
insane.
fast. Like
Well,
that
like you were
Adazinski
saying,
fight.
Adazinski fought like right away.
Yeah.
You texted me at like 6:05 saying Adazinski
Adazinski
fight. A, Adazinski doesn't fight very
Nope.
often. B, I was like, didn't the game just start? Like puck drop was at 6:05. It is 6:06 now, and Adazinski fought. I actually want to see if I can find a video of that.
Corner.
so now that moves. Nothing really around in the standings yet. Cape Breton now 7-6, 0-1 on the year, and after an abysmal start, they in their last 10 they are now 7-3-0-0. So they are on the up and up. Big thanks to that is 2 guys, Cole Burbridge and Cam Squires. I've mentioned Cam before. He was with the Devils in the camp, and he was doing really well for them. And Burbridge as well, he's having himself a good year. He's got 8 goals already. Cape Breton's next game is tomorrow. They have a doubleheader against Charlottetown on the 1st and 2nd at the Eastlink Center in Charlottetown. So that should be hopefully 2 wins, and that could catapult them up the standings almost into the top 4 in the Eastern Conference, depending on how everything else unfolds. And that's kind of all I have.
John,
Adazinski's fight is not on hockeyfights.com yet.
it's the worst. Do you want to jump in with your fantasy jail?
Sure, yeah. So if you guys paid attention to the first time we did this, we had a little bit of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Someone was very angry.
I no
Who could
longer
that have
have
been?
a reason to be angry after a 3 a.m. trade from Phil
Yeah.
came through my laptop.
3 a.m.
And Zach Hyman is no longer a member of my team. I moved on from the guy who I still think he's missing. I don't think that's actually him playing. I think that's probably one of
It
his.
is Phil.
I think it's one of his brothers.
He traded for himself.
He traded for me. No, Phil's gonna play good.
I'm gonna get banned. From
Just for
gambling.
just for a little update on how Fantasy Jail works. We have 5. There's 5 different sections. There's 4 of the jail, and then we have on probation, which means you were in the jail and you're working your way out because you played well recently. So there's on trial, incarcerated, solitary confinement, and straitjacketed in a padded room. So on trial this week, we have Joseph Wall, which was an Alex nominee, because in his first game back, he lets in 4 and against St. Louis.
Oof.
On trial because he hasn't played in a bit, so he's allowed a first game dud. However, buddy.
4 against St. Louis is not great.
So yeah, St. Louis isn't like busting down doors so far this season.
No.
They're currently, where are they in the
not
league?
good right now.
They're 19th in the league.
No, they're not doing
Okay.
horrible.
I'm confused
What's
because
that?
so he played one game, right?
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
he let in 4 goals.
He sure did.
How in the world is his goals against average 4.08? Where does the .08 come from? He let in 4
so
over
a game
1. That should
beforehand.
just be 4.
Well, no. So unless
This is just on the season.
But if St. Louis got a penalty and he was on the bench for a few seconds, it's goals against for the amount of time he's on ice. So if he's on the bench for like 15 seconds while there's still a delayed penalty, then when he goes back in, his goals against has increased because he wasn't in the net during that.
So it's
during
not
that portion.
by gameplay, it's by time on
Correct.
ice.
Yeah, it's by on ice
Weird
performance.
way to do it.
And
Weird
then
way.
joining Mr. Wall on trial this week is Drew O'Connor. Marek, do you want to explain why you have nominated Drew for being on trial?
He's been a bad doctor.
No, because funny.
What?
Because the team
DOC.
has been very bad, and he's went down the lineup. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Penguin stats right now, and I'm actually I'm utterly pissed off.
He's gonna cry.
Dude, 18 shots on goal, and you're to 7, and the Penguins are losing. We have 18 shots on goal, and the Penguins are losing.
Oh, you guys suck.
We're gonna be the worst team. You know what? We're gonna be the worst team in the goddamn fucking NHL.
Whoa.
That's 2.
Donuts.
Oh my
Double.
god.
That's 2.
Dude, we're gonna be worse than the 70 Sharks.
You guys are gonna make me even fatter than I already am. Stop
Dude, we're
freaking
gonna be
swearing.
worse. We're gonna be
Anyway,
worse than the
We
70 Sharks.
literally are getting 2 rounds of donuts next week.
Title. Thank you.
Stop swearing.
Freaking fat.
The only man incarcerated this week is Tyson Forrester.
What about my guy,
Who did you say?
Sharon Govich?
Sharky
Why is he
can be-
incarcerated?
He just
done
he hasn't
nothing.
really improved.
That's the Flames for you. Half of the team has done nothing.
That's not true.
I mostly also didn't put him in because he was on IR and he came back. And I mean, is it really
He
just?
came back like 4 games ago.
But is it really just his fault that the team is now losing?
That's not what I'm saying. It's his fault that I'm losing to you right now.
Moving on.
Sharon Govich has played 3 games.
He's
3
3
and
games.
done nothing. He's done -5 in 3 games.
Minus
he's
3.
on IR.
Oh, okay.
You have to give
was
people
-5.
on IR
It's
some
telling
slack.
me he's -5 right now.
Is that fantasy points or is that
Fantasy points.
Okay, well, he's -3 in NHL plus
Okay.
minus.
Yeah, I'm talking about fantasy.
And I'm sorry.
We have 2 members of the solitary committee this week. Stuart Skinner stays there because he had a good game versus Pittsburgh, and then he had an atrocious game versus Columbus.
Good. Sorry.
So he's stayed. I thought about moving him to incarcerated, but he's staying in there. Artur Silovs from Vancouver.
Whoa, okay, well.
She loves.
She loves.
loves.
Because I got flamed for saying that wrong.
We got flamed for saying that wrong during the
Okay.
playoffs last year too.
She loves. My apologies.
Shout out whatever commenters said that.
No.
Negative 17.2 points on 3 games. .797 save percentage.
797.
797 save percentage.
Still somehow not.
Is that
still,
good?
still somehow not better than Georgiev.
It's not good.
And now we
Alex's
move
favorite
to our straitjacket in a padded room. We have a new member of the straitjacket in a padded room this week.
We remember.
We have a new member. So,
Who's that guy? Who him is?
So,
Who he is.
of course, we have our resident Zach Hyman.
He's
0
never
goals,
leaving.
1 assist, 8 penalty minutes,
Yeah,
28
score 80
shots
to
on
get
goal
out.
for 0.8 points. Alex's favorite goalie, Gorgiev.
He's got his name stitched into that padded wall.
He does.
That's his head. His room.
mashed potatoes.
He has. Gorgiev's just been Gorgiev. He's not been great. He's got over negative 20 points now.
That's insane.
Oh my God!
You must be happy you got rid of him.
I cut him loose.
And
In one of my fantasy leagues, someone literally was like, "Does anyone want Georgiev?" And someone like unironically went, "I'll give you future considerations for him."
and our newest member of the straitjacket in a padded room is a Penguin. Tristan Jarry,
I feel like
after
this is debatable on so many levels.
How?
after
He got
being
sent
sent down and sent home,
Yes.
and
Do you like because he has a confidence issue? The Penguins team is so bad, and obviously if you look
literally
at the
got
Ducks game,
kicked off his team.
yes,
he got
because he's
sent
playing
home from
horrible.
a road trip.
Yes, because he's playing horrible.
They
Our
spent-
only-
Exactly.
Our best goalie this year is a rookie who's played 6 games, and look, we're losing. There's been 7 shots on Nedeljkovic. He's let in 1.
Can I say something about Georgiev real quick?
Yeah.
So career
Oh dear.
save percentage. Start off for the Rangers 17-18, 9-18, 9-14, 9-10, 9-05. 21-22 last year with the Rangers is 8-9-8. 22-23 with the Avalanche 9-19. Last year with the Avalanche 8-97. This year so far he's an 8-22.
Down the hill.
I'm so happy I dropped him.
We
He has an
had-
assist though.
He got
If
an
that
apple.
mattered.
And now the three players who are looking to get out of fantasy jail this week, if they have a good game, they will be out, are Mike Matheson. He was in solitary last week for his 1-game performance. He's got 5 assists in 4 games.
Hey, most penalty minutes in the NHL?
The Rangers game in Barron hit.
Yes. Vasilevsky, he's been pretty good. He is also working his way out after the last couple games.
He's also now a member of my fantasy team.
And Aiden Hill
I feel like
picking
if
up
I
2 wins against a Calgary win and an Ottawa win. He's got 13.2 in his last 2 games. He's working his way up.
Cup contenders, both of them.
So that's fantasy jail for you this week. I don't have to yell because I got rid of my issue. So
Might as well throw Nedeljkovic in there.
I'm just gonna sit my issue on the bench until the Oilers figure out how to play.
okay, now that Hyman's 10 games in, over under 50 points on the season.
Over. Easily.
Whoa.
Easily.
He's got 1 point in 10.
Easily.
Over.
It's an 82 game season.
It ain't
for
over.
him.
So you're
it's
thinking
over.
you think it
Exactly.
Over 50.
Easily over.
I think he's gonna
Easy.
He's gonna do 50 exactly.
I'm gonna hit the over on that too. I'm gonna say
so he would have to have an average the rest of the way of pretty much 0.69 to hit 50 points.
So
So he'd have to have almost a point. Yeah, 50 points in 72 games.
he's
he
not
would
gonna
have
get
to
a point a game.
have. Yeah. Do you think he's going
Never
to be
seen it.
over 0.7?
Oh,
points a
that
game?
okay. So that's a bit over a point
Yeah.
per game, or 1.4 points per 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like scoring. I'll hit the over on that. Why not? It's fun.
Yeah, but that's all I got for fantasy this week.
Can I nominate a fantasy god?
Absolutely, you can nominate Fantasy God.
That's a yawn.
Who's that?
Live on TV.
Who that guy? Who him is?
Sean Monahan. He is plus 12.1, and I picked him like real late. I picked him 194th overall in the 14th round, and he is my 3rd best player right now.
Wow.
Ivan Barbashev, also low key,
Oh, I'm looking at the
really,
wrong.
really helping out my fantasy team. Do you know about that?
I do know
do you know about that?
I do
Alexi,
because
left area.
I've offered you about 40 trades involving Barbashev, and we've been dancing around it, but now we'll see.
Well, I think we're looking at the time here. I think the show's about to wrap up. I'm going to go cry in my car because this Penguins team is god-awful, and we can't even beat the Ducks.
Also,
Actually, what did you want to say?
I'm going to say I'm completely wrong. I was looking at the wrong column the whole time.
For what?
For points.
Sean's still doing well though.
Sean's still doing well. He is, but he's not my. Actually, he's pretty good.
Okay.
He got me 20.1, not 12.1. I don't know
right.
what this number means, but
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong.
So worth noting, tomorrow, Florida and Dallas play in Europe. That's 2 Eastern, noon Mountain. I think the NHL page showed made a post of Barkov and Hintz wearing like gold helmets.
Because
Reinhardt, thank you.
they give them to I think the Finnish teams give them to their top scoring players.
Yep.
So. Because apparently Dallas also has the most Finnish players in it and in the whole franchise.
Sounds about right.
And then I don't know who is second, but then Florida's 3rd, I think.
Oh, that's
that's
actually
cool.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad they're playing in Finland.
And then live score updates as we sign off until Tuesday. First intermission between the Leafs and the Kraken. Leafs up 1-0. Second period just started between the Flyers and the Blues. The Flyers up 1-0. Still in the first intermission between the Ducks, who are on the power play going into the second period, and the Penguins. The Ducks are up 1-0. Tie game in Washington between the Habs and the Capitals, and the Carolina Hurricanes are up 4-1 on the power play going into the second period against the Bruins.
Ooh. I might be
Ouch.
really bad at predictions.
I am so upset.
I am moderately okay. I am fairly good.
You're all
came out of
losing
nowhere. I
one
didn't
game.
realize that I was down by like 10 at one point. Now, like, how am I up there?
I mean,
know.
I don't know.
I
the
miscounted.
counting was also skewed.
those are
I left
typically-
out 14.
I'm
when
still up there. Like, that's
when
the
I was
thing.
doing the
like,
counting,
What is happening?
when I was doing the counting for predictions, I left out 14 games for him, and I don't know how.
What?
But it's
I don't
all
understand
caught
how
up,
those numbers
and it's
work.
all good.
There was one where I think somebody went down in a win. Like,
Am I doing well?
no.
No.
That is
Casey, you're
I
last
do not
right
put a
now.
lot of thought into those. That is typically the first thing I do when I wake up. Is respond to
I
Marek.
texted him
Yeah, must be
saying,
nice.
I texted him saying one person numbers don't add up. Add the second people, and then the other 3 people somehow add up to the same number.
was
So
the-
at least 2 people were wrong.
The only person that added up at that time was me. That was the only person
Wow.
that added up.
Wow.
That's not biased at all.
Also,
right.
my Cam 3 predictions. As we sign off, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Predictions.
Hey, I'm Marek Robinson with Alex Furco.
That's me.
Braeden Redshaw.
That's him.
That's me.
Phil.
Take
That's
it
him.
away.
Just
Casey.
That's her.
go
I'm
Dodgers.
Marek Robinson. Alejandro.
We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.
I'll break away. You can't stop me.